How you going, people? How the hell we doing out there on this 2 week before the election? All right, so let's talk about innocent Hillary. This is the innocent Hillary camp. Said Hillary free. Gotta check France. I should do this before. Okay. So obviously they broke the news on, I think it's either Thursday, late Thursday or Friday, when they put out that Hillary or the FBI was reopening the investigation. So I mean, I'm going to give you my take on it. I don't have any inside knowledge. I'm not talking to somebody on the Trump or Hillary campaign. I don't know. I'm just telling you from government and kind of like the way things happen. Here's kind of what my opinion is on what's going on. And I have no clue whether any of it's factual, but common sense wise will kind of lead me to my conclusion. And that's what I try to express, is critical thinking. I mean, you can disagree with me, but let's talk about Hillary. So, Comey and the FBI investigates Hillary, I don't know, what, 6 months, a year, trying to figure out the wind was coming this way, and it just started swirling, and now it's coming this way. So if it's hitting the speaker, I tried to get behind the building. I can't control the wind. If you got a problem with it, talk to Glock. Okay. That crazy guy with it, he pointed a gun at us. Call 911. All right. So, Comey took all this damn time to do this investigation on Hillary, only to come out and do an unprecedented thing that nobody's ever done, is to say, you know what, I'm not even going to refer it to the Attorney General, because no attorney in her right mind would charge this, and I'm going to go ahead and say there's nothing here. After a year of finding emails and investigating and interviewing and giving people immunity, I mean, you don't give somebody immunity unless they can give you something. You don't let somebody, when somebody gives somebody immunity, that means they committed a crime, they could be charged, they could go to jail, but I'm going to give you immunity to encourage you to testify so you can help me convict a bigger fish. Comey and the brilliant FBI gives immunity and then says, we're not going to do anything because there's nothing here. Are you kidding me? Any decent cop or DA or somebody that's giving out deals is going to make damn sure before I offer a deal, I know you got something that I want. I don't go around and give blind deals. I don't walk around a neighborhood of gang members and say, hey, all you guys, I'll give you immunity if one of you can give me something. And somebody comes over and goes, hey man, that dude's got a joint. Okay, great. All you guys who committed murder, crime, rape, stabbings, you all got immunity because I just said you got immunity and I didn't know what the hell I was going to get, but I got a good marijuana cigarette, so good job. That was a great trade. Are you kidding me? So Comey, in his great brilliance that everybody's saying he's so brilliant, he gives immunity to all these freaking Clintonites that are involved in this conspiracy, that promoted, encouraged, and did overt acts to advance this conspiracy. He gives them immunity, and then not only does he give them immunity, he lets them dictate the commands on how the immunity is going to be. I'm going to give you my computer, and I'm going to talk to you, but you got to promise me that none of my stuff in the computer will be released, and after you're done reviewing it, so no one else in Congress and nobody else can look at it, you got to agree to destroy my computer that I'm giving you. And Comey goes, okay, let's do that. I mean, are you kidding me? That's the most freaking incompetent and sleazy type of investigation that I've ever seen. But Comey did it, and everybody thinks Comey's a brilliant, great guy. All right, so he does all this investigation, he gives us immunity, he comes out and he doesn't even give it to the Attorney General and makes her make the decision. He says, nah, oh, did I forget? He does this right after the Attorney General meets with Bill Clinton, the wife of the target of the investigation, that he gave immunity to other people involved in the criminal activity. Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, meets with him in private with phones, no reporters, no witnesses, on a plane, and they talk about grandchildren that Loretta Lynch doesn't have, and ow, something bit me. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous on how this first incident where Comey comes out and goes, we're not doing it. So, advance forward a little bit. As soon as Comey did this, now Comey was a Republican or appointed by a Republican president, and then Obama ended up appointing him and kept him and said, you can stay in the FBI. It's a 10-year appointment, I think, normally. So it runs through, you got some check and balance. You're supposed to have a check and balance. I don't think we got shit with Comey but lies, deceit, and I want to be the big shot, but that's another story. So he does all this investigation. He comes out, he says, I'm not referring it, and all the libs, and this is why liberals have no credibility to me whatsoever, they never see things objectively. They only see things to advance their position. When he did this and cleared Hillary, he was the greatest guy. He was fair. Everybody should believe him. Nobody should question this guy because he's got so much integrity, and he's a Republican, and he cleared Hillary, a known foe of the Republicans, and he should just be believed, and nobody should question what he said. That's the lib. That's their position, always. If it advances their position, it's great. If it isn't, it's the devil. So fast forward to today, now the libs are all upset that Comey came out and made this statement. So why did Comey come out and make a statement like this? Who freaking knows? I mean, I don't understand why the hell he made the last statement saying I'm not going to refer it. That was stupid. But anyway, my theory, talking to another buddy of mine, he kind of agrees, and I think it's his theory too. Somebody had dirt on him, or somebody was going to blow the whistle on him, or an investigator who was involved in this case who was pissed off because the rumor is, and I mean, I don't even have to have rumor, I can just tell. Cops that do an investigation and work to find evidence, when we find evidence and we know somebody's guilty and the prosecutor goes, I'm ignoring it and I'm not going after the person, it pisses us off. We wasted all this time, effort, government expense, taxpayer money. I mean, we put all these resources into finding this. We know a person's guilty. We know we can connect the evidence. And then some sleazy prosecutor, because of a deal, he knows somebody, a friend, he gave a donation to him, says, I'm not prosecuting. It pisses the cops off. So there's no doubt in my mind the FBI agents that worked on this case were pissed. They were furious. They were like, we put this year effort. We gave you all this freaking great evidence. It's clear that she violated numerous things. Comey even said in his statement, if we would have found someone else who did this, they would be in jail. I think his words was, we don't want to misconstrue that if somebody else did the same thing that they wouldn't be charged and prosecuted. What the hell does that mean? So one person can do it and it's not, and the other person can? That's exactly what it means. It means he's unethical and he's not fair and it's not inconsistent, it's not non-biased. But regardless of all that, I mean, why the hell did he come out and announce the second thing? I think, and of course, you know, they say they found the emails. Now, all these emails from WikiLeaks that are coming out, the defensive, you know, the natural place, kind of like guilty people going to court and always plead not guilty. Because there's no benefit to saying you're guilty. Absolutely none. Zero. It only hurts you. So what do people do? They say I'm not guilty. Our system encourages lying. They encourage lying from lawyers, from prosecutors, from defense. They encourage lying everywhere, and then they want to say in there, go ahead and put your hand on the Bible, raise your hand, swear, tell the truth, like that means something. But anyway, I digress. If an investigation is being run, I forgot where I was going with all that, but so cops are pissed off. I think somebody saw something. Now, the WikiLeaks emails, they're coming out. That's kind of, you know, again, that's where I was going. The Dems are going to say those are altered. We don't know if those are correct. They may have stolen emails, but they could have changed the emails. So there's no way to verify, so therefore it's not good evidence, so therefore we should ignore it. So we should believe Comey when he clears her that he is the most ethical, greatest guy in the world because he cleared Hillary. Now that he said he's reopened an investigation, now all of a sudden we shouldn't believe him. He's a Republican. He's doing it just to mess with the election. He's trying to support. He's folding to the pressure of the Republican Congress, and he really didn't want to do this, and there's nothing there, and he only did it because... So we believe him when it fits him, and we hate him and don't believe him when it doesn't. I mean, typical playbook for any lying politician. So they're saying he got the emails from Weiner, okay, Mr. Wiener Flagger, who's always pulling out his wiener to everybody, except his wife Huma, who's always with Hillary. Ain't no telling what the hell they're doing. But anyway, I mean, birds of a feather flock together. Okay, you got Wiener, a congressman, who has done nothing but sleazy, dirty, sexual, childish. I mean, now he's into child porn. Now he's into trying to pick up underage kids. I mean, this guy is just the sleaze of the sleaze. Did I mention he was a United States congressman? Wow, isn't that great? A congressman. We should respect him. We have such great leaders that we re-elect every freaking year. When I voted, I got my little voting tab here unless it blew off. When I voted, I didn't vote for one damn Republican. I voted for Trump, and then I voted libertarian on every other candidate. I didn't care who they were or what they did. I did not put one mark for any fucking for any damn Republican. Done. I'm done with the Republican Party. Oh, you're just a Republican. Yeah, I'm for the freaking country. And the Republicans are the Democrats, ain't for the country. It's damn ridiculous. So I don't even know who the libertarian candidates were. Don't really care. They can't do worse, and I'm not voting somebody that's been in office their whole freaking life again. I am the new no incumbent gets my vote. You got in there, you do what you do, and then you're getting the hell out. In my book, you don't get a vote. You don't get second chances. The government needs to be a stopping ground for one term and then get the hell out. And I know there's going to be people, well, they need more time and they got to learn the system and we need continuity. I don't want to hear that shit. Get your ass in there, do what you can do, and get out and then live with the shit that you create when you're in there. Don't live up there in the white dome of your castle where the rules don't apply to you and you get to pass everything else on as shit citizens. So, I digress. Weiner, congressman, great guy, wonderful guy. Wow, he was a liberal. God, imagine that. He's a Democrat, liberal. I mean, that's just stinking great. I can't believe it. Birds of a feather flock together. His wife, Huma, stays with him. Poor victim. Poor little woman. Doesn't have any power or control. She's in the hire me, I'm in the titty club, and she hangs around with Hillary, and she promotes women's rights, and then she stays with this guy, and now she left him, she's a hero. Hillary stayed with Bill when he cheated on her with everybody in the damn Oval Office, probably damn kindergarten school passing by. Clinton was after him, and Hillary stayed with him, and she's great because she didn't abandon him. Huma's great because she finally ended up leaving Weiner, that piece of shit. So anyway, they investigate Weiner. He's got the child porn. They go grab his computers. When they grab his computer, because he's married to Huma, Huma used his computer, and now all the shit's going to come in. Now, why did Comey announce that he's reopening? Again, my philosophy, the agents that found it said this is bullshit. If we don't do something, this is getting out. Somebody who was about to retire, who could retire, who they couldn't do much to, is going to be, you know what, this confidentiality, keep your mouth shut, be a team player shit, I'm not swallowing it for this one. This is enough. So Comey was like, you know what? I better get ahead of this. If I don't do this, I'm going to be screwed. So he sends a letter to Congress. When he sends a letter to Congress, Congress says, boom, they sent it to the media. So Comey did not contact the media. He contacted Congress. Now, before he contacted Congress, he contacted Loretta Lynch, who is technically his boss, the Attorney General, who's going to prosecute any case that he investigates. And when he contacted her, guess what she told him? Shouldn't release it, shouldn't do anything, protocol, you know, we don't want to mess up the election, don't say anything. She didn't say any of that when he did the one before, but now she's telling him this. Now remember, Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, just took the fifth when they asked her about the ransom payments, the illegal ransom payments, the thing that violated complete history of the United States never to negotiate with terrorists. And now Obama sent them $400 million or $1 billion to get some people back, and now they're holding and tearing up more Americans, because that's the only thing paying ransom does, is makes it worse. And everyone with a brain knows that, but we got people with 2 freaking brain cells that can't rub them together and get a freaking spark. So now they're saying, let's pay them ransom and get our people back, and we'll be the hero. Well, now that they do that, and now that they're being investigated, the Attorney General of the United States, top law enforcement dude over the FBI, says, I take the fifth and I'm not going to answer these questions because it might incriminate me. Are you kidding me? And now they're hailing her as this great victory, saying she told FBI that he shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have released the information. And I mean, the hypocrisy and the lack of any integrity or any, even the oppression of spirit of taking the United States position first, rather than taking your liberal bullshit position to push your agenda so your team can win at all costs. It's just destroying the country. And every damn liberal and every damn woman that votes for Hillary because she's got titties, and every damn liberal that votes for her because he's an Obama and Obama endorsed her, and Michelle is a black woman that's hanging on to a white woman. And now we can stick it to the white man. All these stupid reasons to go out there and cast your vote to ruin the country. I just don't get it, but it is what it is. So what's going to come out of this? I don't know. I mean, everybody's going to be jockeying on who did what, and I guarantee you it's going to come out that Huma and him were married and there was a wife relationship and she wasn't involved, and you can't use these emails, and they're going to try to suppress the emails they found on Hillary, and then they're going to claim, the Justice Department, FBI, if they do their job, they're going to claim, you know what, this is a national security issue, so that doesn't apply. We're not talking about somebody stealing, you know, a donut from the donut shop. We're talking about national security issues where she's actually selling information through her Hillary Clinton campaign to get money and get rich so she can buy time in a White House, and we probably have a pretty serious crime here, so we don't want to hear this shit about confidentiality of husband and wife, and we don't want to hear this shit about the Fifth Amendment and right to self-incriminate. Okay? No government official should be able to take Fifth Amendment. As a cop, we cannot take, if we take the Fifth, we're fired. It's done. You lose your freaking job. And I've always said cops are always held more accountable than our politicians. It's freaking ridiculous. People always want to blame the cops for all the problems. It's the politicians. They work for the politicians. Politicians set the rules and standards. They're the ones that control it. They're the ones that can stop it. And they don't. And everybody blames the cops. But cops are held to a higher standard than 99% of all our politicians. You got Loretta Lynch taking the Fifth. Are you kidding? You got people all over taking the Fifth in this administration. We call this a clue. When somebody says, I don't want to answer because it might incriminate me, that means they know they were doing wrong. They know they committed a crime, and they know if they admit to it, they're going to get charged. So the only way out of it is to go, I take the Fifth Amendment. So, I mean, that ought to be a clue to you. That ought to be a clue. But, you know what? A lot of clueless people out there, especially in this election. So good luck. Get out and vote. Trump needs every vote. It's for the country. It's for the next Supreme Court. It's not necessarily for Trump. It's to keep that freaking liberal left idiot out and her stinking vice president who's a loon. God, does anybody else think he looks like the Joker to me? I mean, you put makeup on him and he looked like a Joker in the Batman movie. All right, we'll end that there.